So you want to grow a thick chest muscles, but to do that you have decided or you have to use a barbell. If you want to bench press to develop your chest muscles, you better do it right. You can go very heavy on a bench press, but that's going to work mainly on nervous system and your loading capacity. And when you do that, you might not feel your chest fully activated. The bench press is the best upper body strength exercise, a classic. If you want to build your chest muscles using the barbell bench press, there are a few adjustments we need to make to your setup and exercise execution. And if you're not familiar with the exercise, you jump straight into that can potentially lead to injury. So let's get straight into that. Let's start from your body placement. When lying down on the bench, make sure that your eyes are directly under the barbell. If you slide yourself above the barbell, you're gonna end up finding yourself having the barbell way too close to the rack, and you would keep worrying about hitting the J-hooks. If you're way below the barbell, then you will be too far, and racking a decent weight is gonna be quite hard without a spotter. Now let's have a look at your grip width. The general rule of thumb is that the wider you go with your grip, the more you're going to engage your chest. The closer, the more you're going to engage your triceps. So here we go with try and error. You need to go as wide as possible where you can actually feel your chest muscles working hard, but not too wide to the point that you're gonna compromise the position and hurt your shoulders. You see, many people tend to go way too wide and end up shrugging the shoulders while they do the bench press, and we definitely don't want that. So you want to keep your shoulders as stable as possible, as shrugging will make them more unstable. Now let's move to your legs. If you've been doing powerlifting before, or if you've seen some powerlifter in action, you realize that they're bringing the legs far back in order to create more tension. This tension then will help to create more leg drive when moving very heavy weights. As our focus is actually improving our chest size, we are not going to move very heavy weights. We're going to look into that a little bit later, but our main focus is going to be range of motion. We want to increase the range of motion as much as possible to develop better our chest. So to do that, you need to keep your legs slightly more relaxed than you would do on a powerlifting positioning. To increase the range of motion, you need to avoid the powerlifting setup and keep your legs a bit more relaxed. Your aim is to achieve a 90 degrees angle at the knee. If so far you have found this video valuable, please don't forget to smash the like button. Now it's time to move to the correct setup, and I'm going to show you how to create a tension on your entire body. To create first shoulder stability, you want to act the bench, squeezing your shoulder blades together and keep them down. Let me demonstrate. Now it's time to arch our back. This will help to increase the range of motion when we lower the barbell down. Now it's time to generate some pressure on the legs too. This will help with stability on all your entire body and how to generate more leg drive. At this point, we are ready for execution. Once we have created tension on all of our body, it's time to keep it like that and rack the barbell as we keep the shoulders pinned down. Maintaining this initial tension, we need to bend the elbows and move slowly the weight down. You want to control the weight and not just drop it, so take at least 2 to 3 seconds lowering the bar. Taller people with long limbs, they might flatten the elbows out a bit more than the shorter ones. A good way to know that you're doing that right is by checking your shoulders if they're moving out of position. So what to avoid? What are we really looking for? So record yourself and let's look for those mistakes. The first one, flattening your elbows out way too much and raising your shoulders. That will move the focus away from your chest muscles to your delts and upper traps. Moving your shoulders off the bench. That's a big no-no for bench press because it can create shoulders impingement. Doing that, you will avoid getting to the full range of motion on your chest muscles. You should consider the bench press as an arms exercise instead of a chest exercise, and your shoulders should remain always in position. Moving your feet, that will just create more instability and your arms have to work much harder to keep the weight where it is. So when you want to really grow your chest muscles by using the barbell only, there are two things that we need to look at. One is the range of motion, so technique and form, and we already had a look at that. And if you have skipped most of the video to get to this point and you think you have some problem with your technique, you better go and have a look at it, what we have covered so far. The second thing you will require is a right intensity. Intensity is just an umbrella term to refer to sets, reps, rest, tempo, frequency, and how much weight from your 1 rep max you are going to move. All those variables are extremely important when it comes to muscle growth, and they possibly change from person to person. When personally I work on hypertrophy, I tend to stay between 8 to 12 reps max. And I tend not to do more than 5 sets unless I'm using a different method. The main enemy of any bench press is going to be shoulders impingements or injuries. So in this video I'm going to show you how to avoid these mistakes and how to fix them. Smash the subscribe button so you're not gonna miss out any future content. And keep crushing those weights safely, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao!